Welcome students to class 5th. Today we'll start with our 10th chapter of social studies. Complete your notes till 9th chapter. Remaining questions of 9th chapter I had given you through WhatsApp message. Just wrote all the answers. Complete your notes. Let's start with a new chapter. In this lesson we will be learning about beginning of the art of writing, story of numbers, invention of printing press, story of paper, then so let's start with the introduction. Earlier what happened when human beings when they learn something about the observation, when they do some kind of experimentation or some discovery, then they saw that they can't remember everything, so they want to develop a recording method for recording. So they thought that they should have some method for recording their knowledge so that the next generation can get the knowledge easily, as it is already observed or experimented. So then what happened? The new art came. What was that? That was for drawing, painting and writing. Through drawing and painting and writing, they started recording their knowledge so that it can be easily passed to the next generation. The first paragraph is about that only. Early humans learned about things around them by observation and experimentation. They could not remember everything, so they felt a need to develop a method of recording their knowledge which could easily be passed to the next generation. Thus begins the art of drawing, painting and writing. So we'll be understanding about the art of drawing, painting and writing by the early human beings. Let's read the text first. Early men used to communicate through signs and gestures. Gradually they learned to use their voice to express themselves. They started drawing pictures on the wall of the caves where they lived. They mostly drew animals. They used burnt pieces of wood to make the pictures. This was the first effort in communication by drawing. So what happened? How early men used to communicate? They used through signs and gesture. That means they used to draw some kinds of signs, symbols, like this they are communicating. Okay. Then what happened? As they got to know that they can speak, they even don't know that they can speak and express their feelings. Then they got to know, then they learned to know that their voice to express themselves. And also they started drawing pictures on the walls in which they are living. So the places, the caves, they used to live in the caves, so they used to draw pictures on the walls of the caves. And they mostly draw animals because they are living in forests. There were no cities, villages like places, houses now we are having. So they are living in caves near animals. So mostly they draw animals, and through which what they are writing? Through burnt pieces of wood to make the pictures. This was the first effort in communication by drawing. Many such pictures has been found in Asia and Europe. Gradually they began to use symbols for words and sounds. Symbols lead to the development of script. So what happened? Gradually, slowly they began to use symbols for words. For different words they started using symbols and sounds. So means the evolution took place slowly as they started to communicate through words, signs, then voice. Then they started drawing pictures of animals, and gradually they started using symbols for words and sounds. And through symbols it leads to the development of script. The earliest form of script, called cuneiform, was developed by Sumerians. So the earliest form of script was called as cuneiform, which was developed by Sumerian. This is the cave painting. You can see, look at the picture. They had drawn the picture of animals. Okay. Then cuneiform script, you can see it was the earliest form of script known as cuneiform, which was developed by Sumerians. wedge-shaped strokes were used as symbols to represent words. The words cuneiform means wedge-shaped. At the same time, the Egyptians used a system of picture writing called hieroglyphics. So what happened? The words they are using to represent words are, that is, the words you can see, look at the picture, that are wedge shape. Okay, they are wedge shape. So that is the meaning of cuneiform. They are using this stroke symbols for representing words. Okay, and at the same time Egyptians use a system of picture writing that is called hieroglyphics. Such ancient scripts has been found in Egypt and Mesopotamia. China, Korea and Japan still use script based on pictorial symbols. So now also China, Korea and Japan are still using the script which are based on pictorial symbols. You can look at the symbols given, that is a hieroglyphic script from ancient Egypt. Okay. Symbols slowly gave birth to letters. In India, the earliest example of writing has been found on the seals of Indus Valley civilization. Experts are still trying to read it. Such seals can be seen in the National Museum of Delhi. So what happened in India? How was so firstly they are saying that through the symbol, they have started using symbol, then it leads to the birth of letters. Slowly they started drawing particular letters. Then in India, the earliest example of writing was seen in the seals of Indus Valley civilization, that is Harappa. Okay, you may have studied in your history in your next classes, that is the Indus Valley civilizations, and experts are still now trying to understand the seals that is now kept in the National Museum of Delhi. Brahmi script came after this script. Many Indian languages are based on this script. Our official language, Hindi, is based on Devanagari script, in which the letters are based on sound and not on pictures. So the first script was the script of cuneiform, that is the wedged shape symbols to represent words. Then the next one was the found after that script was the Brahmi script that came after the first script. Then many Indian languages are based on this Brahmi script, and our official language, that is Hindi, it is also based on Devanagari script. You may have using computers, and you may, when you select the Hindi language, you have to click on the Devanagari language. Okay, that is the means the language of Hindi also came from Devanagari script, in which letters are based on sound and not on pictures. This script has also developed from the Brahmi script. We also use Urdu, Arabic and Persian script in our country. Some of the script are given below. So what happened? The Brahmi script came after the first script, which was cuneiform. Then our language Hindi is also from the same script, that is Devanagari script, which is based on sound and not on pictures. And what else is written? That we also use different languages like Urdu, Arabic and Persian script in our country. Some of the scripts are given below. You can look at the chart which is given below. The ancient Greek alphabet, they are not as we are learning today. The alphabets are very different, but some are familiar with us. Then Devanagari alphabets also, they are not as exact as we are using right now, but they are almost similar. Then the Arabic alphabets. Okay. Now coming to numbers. Early man used to hunt animals. He needed to identify them and count their numbers. He used a system of drawing and later on his 10 fingers to count from 1 to 10. Even today, this system of counting on finger is popular. So how was the invention, or how was the idea of counting came in the minds of early man? When they used to hunt animals, they need to identify them and count that how much hunting, how much animals they had hunt today, or in a means that they have to count them and identify them. So they started using drawing the pictures of animals and keeping a record. Then slowly they get to know that they can count through their fingers from 1 to 10. And today also we are, whenever we are calculating something, we use our fingers. That is all that came from our ancestors only. This method of counting was developed in India and later on adapted by Arabs, Romans and other Europeans. So that means the counting system came from India only. Okay, the method of counting was developed in India. The Romans used 7 letters to write numbers. So the Romans are using 7 letters to write numbers. What are they? These are M, D, C, L, X, V and I. This system is taught in the school even today. Yes, Sumerian use special shapes, but they count in 60s. You may know Roman numbers. The people of Roman are using 7 letters to write numbers. So the letters are given M, D, C, L, X, V and I. You may remember the Roman numbers, then you can understand this. The number system that we use today is the Hindu-Arabic system. This system of number is used all over the world. Ancient Indian scholar Aryabhatta invented zero, which made the counting possible and most difficult calculation easy. So Aryabhatta was the person from India who invented zero, which made the counting possible and made the calculation also easier. The Arabs took the system of numbers from 0 to 9 to Europe. We should be proud of contribution made by our country. You may have heard many songs in which they mention about the invention of zero, which was given by India by Aryabhatta. Then the art of painting. Now we had gone through writing and numbers. Now let's go through the art of painting. Drawing pictures on the walls of the caves, man developed the art of writing. It took him many years to perfect this art. Many books were written by hands using clay tablets and sharp tools. Ancient Indians who wrote on palm leaves and birch barks, a bunch of clay tablets of palm leaves made up a book. The making of one book took a very long time. It was a very slow and laborious process. So what happened? Through the art of understanding and drawing pictures on the wall, the man gradually developed the art of writing, and it took many years to get perfect in this art. Then he started writing using clay tablets and sharp tools, okay, to write a book. And what happened in ancient Indians, what they used to do? They used to write on the palm leaves and birch barks, and the bunch of clay tablets or palm leaves makes up a book. Today we can print as many as books within an hour, but earlier time, during the starting the art, when there was the starting of the art of printing, writing, then it took very long time to print, means to make one book. It was very slow and laborious process. Very few books were available, and that too in centers, of learning. So there was a need to have many copies of a book. China developed the art of printing in the 5th century AD, but it did not prove successful as it was very difficult process. So what happened? The books were very less, and if one wants to learn, then there is a great scarcity for a book, and one should have the copies of a book. Then what happened? The China developed the art of printing in 5th century, but it was not that much successful because it was a very difficult process. A simpler printing process was developed in Germany by John Gutenberg in 1440. He used movable metal types to print. The first book printed by him was the Bible. It was printed on sheepskin. So what happened? Then a simpler printing process was developed by John Gutenberg, who lived in Germany in 1440. He used movable metal types of print. Okay. Then he used metal movable types of prints, and also he printed the book, which was first book was Bible, and it was printed on sheepskin. This is a picture showing that he is with his printing press. Okay, Gutenberg. This system made process with the passage of time. The printing press brought about a revolution in the field of knowledge. Now it was possible to have more books at a lower cost. The scientists made letters types in large numbers for each alphabet. This letters type made of lead were used to compose the matter to print books. Ink was applied on the face of these compound letters types, and then paper was pressed on them. First it was done by hand, and then machine were used to do this work. So it was a very difficult process. You can see they used to put the ink on the letters, then that letters are composed on the paper. Okay, earlier they used to do it by hands, then slowly they started doing with the machines. Okay, do you know Bible is the book which has the maximum printed copies in the whole world? So which is the book which is having the maximum printed copies? That is the Bible. Today we have sophisticated printing machines which use computers to publish books, magazines, newspaper in various colors, and now we are having a sophisticated printing machines. We can use through computers to print any kind of book, any magazine, newspaper in various colors. Okay, that means a great evolution already took place. The story of paper. In ancient times, clay tablets made of mud were used for writing. So what was the story of paper? That in ancient time clay tablets were used, which are made up of mud, for writing. Later the bark of birch tree and palm leaves were used for writing. Egyptians made paper from a plant called papyrus. Papyrus is the local name of reed growing in the delta of river Nile in Egypt. So the Egyptians started making the paper from a plant called papyrus, which is the local name of reed growing in the delta of river Nile in Egypt. The word paper comes from papyrus. You must remember this name. It is important that the word paper came from the papyrus. Demand for paper is increasing day by day due to increase in the demand for knowledge. Scientists developed the technique of making paper from wood, pulp and other materials. So it was a starting that the Egyptians started making paper from a plant, that is papyrus. Then as the increase for paper started increasing day by day, as for knowledge, demand for knowledge, then scientists started the technique for making paper from wood, palm and other materials. You can look at the pictures. This shows the papyrus plant before harvesting. This is the plant of papyrus. You can see before harvesting. Then after harvesting, the stem were cut into several thin sheets using a sharp tool. Then they are cutting the stems. Then slowly what they are doing? Then these sheets were laid next to each other and layers were placed on top at right angle. So like this they are making the paper. Then a piece of cloth was laid on top and was hammered gently to break down the fibers. And the papyrus were left to dry slightly, then rubbed smooth with a stone. Like this they are making the paper. You can see the process of making paper from papyrus. Today we have papers made from a variety of materials. Crores of trees were cut every year to manufacture paper. We can save cutting of trees by not wasting papers. So what they are saying, yes, now we are having a abundance of papers. We can get easily, very easily we can get a paper just by paying some little amount, but for this crores of trees were cut down every year to manufacture papers. So what is our part to do, that we can save trees as without, that means to use the paper, that much is important or that much is necessary for you, and stop wasting paper. Do you know paper was first made in China by Tushai Lun? He made paper by pounding the bark of mulberry tree. So who was the first person who made the paper? He was from China, Tushai Lun. He made paper by pounding the bark of mulberry tree. Then our second last important topic is Braille. That is the script which is used by the blind people to read. It is a special type of writing which has raised dot on the paper. That means it is embossed on a paper. The letters are embossed on the paper. Okay, so that the blind people who can't see, they can feel and understand the letters and learn. This script was developed by Louis in 1825. This script has enabled blind people to read and study. A blind person can read the words by putting his fingertips over the raised dots. The development of this script has helped blind students to compete with normal students in the field of education. You can look at the picture given. They had given you the example that how blind people can understand. They can feel the dots that are given above the letters. For B, there are 2 dots. Then for R, okay, likewise through this they can put their finger and feel and get which letter is given. That script is a script in which the letters are embossed on a paper, so that a person who can't see can feel it and understand. Literacy and progress. Although man had made remarkable progress in every field of life, there are crores of people in India who are still illiterate. Many of them have never been to school. Illiteracy and poverty are closely related to each other. Illiteracy leads to superstitions and backwardness. To remove illiteracy, we must promote education. So, lastly, they are saying that although man had made a remarkable progress, we are having now everything. That means the people who have struggled in their earlier life, they had given us a very good life. Our ancestors, they had done a very great, very remarkable progress. But now also many people are illiterate in India, and many had never gone to school. They even don't know about school. That means illiteracy and poverty are closely related to each other. And as people is a poor person, and they can't think of going to school, even they think that it is a useless thing. That's just they have to earn some money and live. That is a wrong intention of people. That means illiteracy lead to superstition and backwardness. And what is the reason of backwardness? That from generations they are thinking that there is no need of reading, or means that there is no need of any education. All they need is to earn and live, which is a bad, and it leads to backwardness of the whole country. So what is the need of today is, what is the need of an hour? That we must promote education. We must tell the person who is not going to school or who is sending children to work, that they should make the children to study, so that our country also get developed. Now what are the keywords? That is script, hieroglyphics, cuneiform and papyrus. This is the keywords. You can go through it. Things I have learned, you can, what the things we have learned in the chapter, just go through it. This all things are important. I will do the exercise part soon. Just read the text by yourself also. Ask me for any kind of doubt.